Okay, so yesterday we focused on different principles. We focused on what is metabolism, we focused on what is fat, and then we focused on what is hormones and how these three things play a major role in determining how much fat we burn. All right, so today we will look at tools to achieve those three things. Okay, so the first tool which we are going to use is the frequency and the number of meals which we are going to take in a day. All right, if we have to achieve that kind of efficiency in your metabolism, in your fat burning ability, and your hormones, we need to stick to just 2 meals a day. If you are a working professional and if you're not an athlete where you have intense exercise throughout the day, you're just a working professional sitting at home and working from home, you just need 2 decent meals a day. If you can get these 2 decent meals a day, then what happens is your energy expenditure or how much energy you consume in a day gets balanced because you don't need that much energy right now because of the present lockdown. Now the question is, what are these 2 meals and when do we eat them? All right. Anybody has tried this strategy over here?
No, sir.
Anybody has tried this strategy over here ever? No? Rachit, have you tried this strategy?
Yes, sir. I've tried this strategy. I was on IF for a while, about 6-7 months.
And
I tried ketogenic diet, but did not. I lost about 8 kilos in 1 month.
In 1 month because of intermittent fasting?
Yes, and along with that, I was doing some yoga at Art of Living. They have this happiness program, and they do practice every day in the morning. So I did a bit of that, and just by that and leaving outside food and having a bit of warm water all the time, at least 3 times a day, I lost about 8 kilos in 1 month.
Awesome, super. Okay, so and then why did you stop those 2 meals?
Again, lifestyle changed. Lockdown went off, so went back to my old eating habits.
Okay, cool. So people who haven't tried this strategy, okay, I will tell you how to do that. You just can't directly start eating 2 meals a day. There's a specific technique you need to follow to get that. So to get to 2 meals a day, what you guys want to do is first decide which meal are you trying to avoid. Some people don't want to have dinner; they will just eat breakfast and a supper in the evening or a late lunch and then skip dinner. Or some people will skip breakfast and then stick to lunch and dinner. And some people will try brunch and supper. Okay, so I know thousands of people who do this technique. Okay, very successfully. They just eat brunch and then they just eat supper. Brunch around 10:30 a.m. and supper around 7:30 p.m. and they're done. Works amazing. You know, it's crazy. And if you look at the kind of foods they eat, okay, it is so wholesome and so nutritious that with just these 2 meals, their life is set. All right. So how many of you over here want to give this technique a go? Okay, everybody. So Sudha ma'am, what about you? Is she there? Okay, there she is. Cool. So step one is you decide which meal are you going to scrap. Okay. Now we will look at strategy number one where you're planning to scrap breakfast, for example. So let's say you have a breakfast at 8 a.m. You just don't scrap it like that. You push your breakfast to 9 a.m. on day one. That's the next day. And I want you guys to attempt this from tomorrow. All right. If you decide to skip breakfast, what you'll do is you will first push your breakfast by 1 hour the next day, and maybe another half an hour the day after tomorrow, and then slowly work your way where you reach a stage where you're having breakfast at around 11:30, 12. So when you're having a breakfast, you can eat your lunch also. That's when you're pushing your breakfast, you can also eat your lunch at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever time. But as you get closer, right, obviously your lunch quantity will reduce because you're already eaten recently, right? And then you will reach a stage where you will not be hungry in the morning till 11, 11:30. Then you start having your lunch at around 11:30, 12. That's how you get there. The moment you reach 11:30, 12, just keep staying in that range, having your lunch at 12 o'clock. Sorry, your first meal at 12 o'clock. Eventually, you will see that you are able to push it to 1 o'clock. Just need to stay there and cruise. But Sunday happened, and an awesome breakfast was made. What will you do? It's okay. Eat that breakfast once in a while. You can eat your breakfast and your lunch and your dinner, or you can eat the whole day if you want. But if you can manage eating just 2 meals a day, see, I'm talking about, I'm not talking about intermittent fasting. Okay, intermittent fasting, the concept is different. In intermittent fasting, you fast for a certain period of hour and then you eat for a certain period of time. For example, the most common period is 16 and 8. 16 hours of not eating and 8 hours of eating. That's not the concept. You can't eat whatever you want. You can't eat continuously for 8 hours. But once again, that doesn't serve a purpose. And it's not recommended also. You need to just find a comfortable timing between meal 1 and meal 2, and then eat a wholesome, healthy meal on meal 1 and meal 2. That's all you need to do. If you can manage this, then I will teach you how to eat whatever you want, your favorite foods, and still achieve fat burn. But for that, you need to first, master these two things: meal 1 and meal 2. All right. So what are the things which goes in meal 1 and meal 2? We will look at tomorrow. All right. Or if we have time today, we will address that today. All right. What you need to do to get to meal 1. Sorry, what are the foods which goes in meal 1? What are the foods which goes in meal 2? We will look at it today if we have time. Okay. Do you have any questions in this?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
Actually, I have been doing this for a couple of weeks now. I have been trying to just have a brunch and then a dinner later after I finish off with work. But the main issue that I am facing right now is I tend to get hungry by 4:30 or 4 to 7 p.m. And then I have this binging habit of how do I just let go of that craving? That is the thing which I am unable to stop.
So what you can do at that time is, if you can have lemon water, all right, warm water, put half a lemon in it and a teaspoon of, if you get pure honey, and if you can drink that concoction, it just stabilizes your stomach acids and then your hunger just goes away. Every time when you're doing this strategy, if you get hungry, okay, the secret to beating that is drinking lemon juice. Warm water and lemon, if you just drink, although lemon is citric in nature, but the moment it goes inside your stomach, it just neutralizes your stomach acids and then you won't get that hunger pangs. Okay, so that is the first strategy. Meals, 2 meals a day. How do you space it? At least 6 to 8 hours between meal 1 and meal 2. Now, the second strategy is workout and exercise. Okay, so let's say you fix yourself a specific time of your first meal. All right, the best time to work out is just one and a half hour before that meal. Let's say, for example, you have decided to do brunch and supper, right? So your brunch might be 10:30. So you should work out at around 8 o'clock. If you finish a workout at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and then by the time you take shower and then you get ready, it's 10 o'clock, it's perfect to have your first meal. Then you won't be really, really hungry and tired, because you just finish your workout, you will get something to eat, so that it will stabilize your body again. However, I know a group of people who skip breakfast, but they work out in the morning, early morning. They work out at around 6 a.m. and they don't eat breakfast, they eat directly lunch. People do that also, but you don't have to be that extreme. For now, you can just work. Let's say whenever your first meal, you can work out just 1.5 hours before that. Or if you don't want to do that, you can work out in the evening. If you say, okay, fine, you know what, I like to work out in the evening, then you can comfortably work out in the evening, which will have a lot of benefits also. Now, what kind of workout should you do? All right, I will just teach you just 2 strategies which you need to work out. The first workout is for your heart and your lungs. All right, we call it the cardiovascular workout, cardio. Running, cycling, treadmill, jogging, swimming, all of these things come under that category. The second category of workout is strength training. Your squats, your push-ups, your lunges, your sit-ups, and everything. All right. You should create a program. If you really, really want really good results, then you should do these 2 exercises in the same day, every day, for a period of time, and then take a break. For example, for the next 1 week, what you'll do is you'll go for a walk in the morning and do your strength training in the evening. You do that for a week. Okay. And the next week, you take 2-3 days off on strength, and then you just walk in the morning and walk in the evening. All of these strategies I will teach you, but you can just figure it out as you go. But the key principle is very simple. You do your cardio in the morning, empty stomach, very important, empty stomach, and you do your strength training in the evening, once again, empty stomach. When you're working out, there should not be anything in your stomach. The only thing which is allowed to be is warm water, lemon, and honey. If you get pure honey. If you don't get pure honey, warm water and lemon would do. Otherwise, if you can get these 2 things before your workout, and if you do that cardio in the morning and your strength training in the evening for a period of time, you're set. And the 2 meals. So this is the second tool, how you work out and when to work out. Very important. When do you work out? When your stomach is empty. Just before your first meal is the best time for you to work out. Let's say you miss that workout, then just before your second meal, you can work out. What are the 2 kinds of workout you will do? You will do a cardiovascular workout and you will do a strength training workout. What's a cardiovascular workout? You're running, your brisk walk, you're jogging, you're skipping, you're jumping jacks, you're cycling. This thing comes under cardiovascular. How long will you do it? 30 to 40 minutes in the morning. All right. And then the next workout, a strength training workout, which is your squats, your push-ups, your lunges, your sit-ups, your burpees. When do you do this? How long do you do this? Another 30 to 40 minutes. All right. So if you can do these 2 things, you will achieve fat loss faster and with these 2 meals. This is the second tool. All right. When to work out and what to work out. Only 2 things, cardio, strength. Now, the third thing, which is one of the most important for women, and some of those women are not there in the session, but it would have really, really helped them, is yoga and pranayama. Why are we doing this? To regulate your hormones. You can do these 2, but if your hormones go haywire, then how much ever you exercise, how much ever healthy food you eat, it is not going to help you. Therefore, if you can do a simple practice of yoga, the 2 things which I would really, really recommend, which you can do, is you can learn Surya Namaskar from a qualified yoga teacher, and you can learn Anulom Vilom from a qualified yoga teacher. If you can learn these 2, and then if you can practice these 2, after your workout, you take a shower, and then you do this kriya, and then you can have your meal 1 or your meal 2, whenever. So morning you finished your walk, you came back home, you did some stretching, you took a shower, and then you quickly did this 10-15 minutes practice, and then you have your meal 1, which is your lunch or your brunch. Or you miss doing it in the morning, in the evening, You finished your strength training workout, you did stretches, you went, you took a shower, you came back, and then you do a simple practice like Anulom Vilom or your Surya Namaskar, and then you do your Shavasana, and then you have your meal too. Sorted. That way, your metabolism will be high. You're doing everything possible to burn your fat, and then your hormones is under control. When these three things are fixed, then whatever excess fat is there in your body, it has to go. All right. Cool. So now let's let me see who's in the crowd today. Okay. So where did Atindriya go? So Rachit, Sudha ma'am, and Madhura ma'am, you can ask me questions now regarding these things, what to do, how to do, and everything.
So, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you please repeat what time can we do those exercises?
So cardiovascular exercise.
What time and what? Because there was some problem with the network, sir.
So the cardiovascular exercises, like your running, jogging,
Yes,
skipping, and everything, you do it 1.5 hours before your first meal. But
okay.
if you want to do it in the morning, and if you can tolerate your hunger and keep drinking lemon juice, then you can do it early morning. But I would say
Okay,
don't do it that time. Just do it 1 hour before your first meal.
okay, sir.
You
So,
can
and what exercises to be done?
in the morning. The best thing to do in the morning is your walking, cycling, skipping, and jogging. These are the 4 exercises
Okay.
you can do in the morning. Why we do this
So
in the
you
morning?
said,
Why we
sorry?
do this in the morning is because that is the time when your body is completely depleted of your glucose.
Okay, sir.
There's no glucose in the system, it's all gone. Digestion is done. Now, when you do physical activity at that time, the body will be forced to use the stored fat as
Yes,
energy.
sir. So one you said to do only lunges and
No, I'm
squats.
just giving you an example of strength training exercises. There are so many strength training exercises which we can do. I just gave you an example like
Okay.
squats, push-ups.
You told you to do one type of training and then the next week, what do you do, sir?
The next week, you can take a break if you're too tired in the morning or in the evening.
Okay.
So one, let's say Monday to Friday, you worked out morning and evening. You went for a walk in the morning or a jog in the morning, and then you did strength in the evening. You did that from Monday to Friday, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, after that, next week, you can take a break in the morning for a couple of days for your body to recover. But third week, you need to do it again.
Okay. Sir.
Every alternate week, you can take a break.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hi Ranjit, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
If we have knee pains, is it advisable to go for jumping jacks, skipping sort of exercises?
Not initially, but you should aim for that.
Okay.
So when you have knee pain, you should first look at rehabilitating your knees by meeting a physio and then finding out the exercises which will actually help strengthen your knees. And then from there, you have to start. Because jumping and skipping and everything is extremely important for the body. You know, you can't, just because you have knee pain, you can't stop doing those things. You have to do those things. But before you do those things, you need to fix your knee first.
Okay. Thank you.
But in your mind, you should take the thought that, you know, oh, okay, fine, I have knee pain, I will not do skipping. You have to, eventually, you have to do it. But before you do it, a physio will be able to help you. When you come to my class, I can also help you, you know, giving you some knee strengthening exercises. But now we can't discuss those things because, you know, it needs more involvement. In the sense, there should be a proper, let's say in the 7 to 8 p.m. class, we can actually address that. Let's see.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. So we have time. So we will go to All right. Now we will see what should we eat in meal 1 and meal 2. Everybody ready? So, all right. So I just designed this extremely simple strategy. Okay. It works wonders if you do it right. I've just created 4 categories of food. All right. Category A is raw food. Category B is cooked food. Category C is dairy. Category D is rest of the food in the supermarket. Your biscuits, your pizzas, your burgers, your everything else comes in this category. All right. So in category A, we will focus on foods which can be eaten raw, like your dry fruits, your carrot, your cucumbers, your fruits, vegetables, which can be eaten raw, like cucumber and everything. Everything will come under category A. Right? And then once again, cooked dal, chana, chapati, rice, ragi, oats, quinoa, everything comes under sabzis, comes under cooked food. And in dairy, your buttermilk, your curd, everything comes in this. And then miscellaneous is rest of the foods. All right. Now, how do we eat them? How do we categorize them? How do we create it? So you will always start off with the most powerful foods, okay, which is available in your kitchen at that point of time, or you can do the appropriate shopping. Those are your seeds and nuts. Okay. Let's say, for example, in my home, I find peanuts, and then I find almonds. Right? Not much of pistachios, but sometimes walnuts. Right? Then I also will have dates. Okay. And then from here, sometimes I get figs. Then now the season is mango, melons. Papaya. So these are the foods which I have right now. Oh, I also eat cucumber. You see how I went the categorization from the most powerful foods, the most energy dense foods, right? You can also put cashew nuts over here. All right. But I will always say keep almonds and peanuts as number 1 because those are considered as the most powerful foods, especially when you're working out. Almonds and peanuts and chana. Chana, we can put it in cooked foods. All right. So these are the foods which is there right now. You can still add a lot of things over here. Apples, pineapple, etc., etc. All right. So these are the foods which is commonly available in this season at my place. So I put it in this order. All right. Now, when I eat these foods, when I take these foods onto my plate, I always start from this order: peanuts, almonds, walnuts, dates, and then I work my way down. All right. Next over here, category B, cooked food. As I'm a South Indian, what do I normally have at home? I have chana, cooked chana, dal, then sabzis, whatever mom makes. It could be beetroot, it could be beans. All right. And then boiled rice, sometimes in the night chapatis, some days ragi ball, idli, sometimes dosa. You saw my categorization. I started off with once again the vegetable category, right? And then nuts and seeds. And then I went down to sabzis. That's your whatever sabzi you make, aloo sabzi, bindi sabzi, whatever. Then I went to rice. And then I went to all these comes under the same category. First I chose this. And then after that I chose this. You can add whatever you want over here. Whatever is available in your home. Next comes dairy. All right. Now with dairy, you should be always careful. I always choose buttermilk first. All right. Then I will choose curd. After that, milk. This is my category. Okay. Then in category D, rest. It could be pizzas, burger, biscuits, beer, etc. I haven't even given a proper category for this, but just category miscellaneous. All right, now this is what? Now over here, as our focus is weight loss, the percentage of food which you'll be eating, this is 40%. 40 to 50%. 10%. So how do you know which is 40%? You take your plate. In your plate is a circle, right? You will know how much is 40%. You fill that much with these foods. Put your peanuts, you put your almonds, you put your dates, you put a piece of mango. 40% is over, right? After that, you go to the cook session and then you put your dal and then you put your chapati and your sabzi. Sorry, your dal, your sabzi, and then you put your chapati. Now only by looking at your plate, you will know how much you can eat. And then in a glass, you'll have buttermilk and then you're done. Extremely simple, extremely efficient, and very, very healthy. And if you follow, the secret is category A. If you fix category A 40%, everything else will fall in place. Trust me on this. I have messages. Hold on. Let me see the chat. Chutney bread. Bread comes in category D. Rachit. Chutney comes in category A. Can't eat so much. That is you'll be surprised. I think don't see in category A. I'm not asking you to eat 40% means so much. Let's say for example, you can eat 100 grams of food in your stomach. That means you can eat 150, 200 grams. In that, mango itself will be some 50 grams if you take one mango. One piece of mango will be 50 grams. One piece. Try this and see. See if you can eat 40% as raw food and then see if you can eat 40-50% as cooked food. Experiment with this Sensi on tomorrow. Try tomorrow. We have 3 more days, right? So try on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will discuss on Friday about how your body feels after this. When you do this, I haven't even spoken a single word of protein, carb, and fat. You don't need to know those things because body does not know those things. Body understands simple stuff like this. If you give it foods which will make the body, okay, I will tell you how to know whether this food works for you or not. Okay, so peanuts. How much peanuts to eat? One apple makes me full. Yeah, so good. Just eat one apple. Or eat half an apple. So let's say, for example, one apple makes you full. Then you eat half an apple and then that is category A for you. And then category B is... See, I told you about my diet. Okay, I can eat this whole thing and still keep it 40%. If you can't, if almonds itself is going to be 40% of whatever you're eating, then great. Do that. That's why I'm talking percentage and not grams. For me, I can eat so much because my appetite is huge. I need to eat all of those things to get to my 40%. So you work to your 40%. Okay. So right now, I just want you to note this down and then fill up your own foods in this. All right. and then share it with me in the group. I will correct them and then I will do the mismatch. I'll see which one to put where. Have you got it right? All of those things I will do it for you. Okay, now we will go for question answers. You can ask me questions regarding this. That is what 40% is the quantity, Madhura.
So for example, almonds, how much am I supposed to have? Like
Don't
about
ask me, you should ask yourself, how much almonds can you have?
Okay.
Don't ask me. See, that's the problem we're trying to solve over here.
Okay.
Your
Sir.
body knows exactly how much it wants. The moment you start fasting or depriving your body of food and controlling your mind is off the picture. Now your body will tell you how much it needs. Please tell me, if I tell you need to eat 20 almonds, will you be able to eat 20 almonds? No, right?
No.
So you should figure out in this category how much of what, how much you can eat.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
go by that. Go by that feel. Okay, fine. Peanuts means you can eat only so much. Don't eat
Yes.
so much peanut because I'm asking you to. You only see. You will know. Okay, fine. This is how much I can eat. Put that much. If I ask you to eat 2 mangoes, you can't eat 2 mangoes, but you can eat one. Maybe some person can eat a whole mango. Eat a whole mango. Some people can eat just half a mango. So go by that. Don't ask. I'm just giving you parameters.
Okay,
That
sir.
is why, if I tell you so much you need to eat, that's a diet chart. But our idea is to go away from diet charts, right?
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So do we need to skip coffee or tea? See, take your coffee or tea along with your meal 1 or meal 2. That is what I can say. If you can't live without coffee, it's okay. But make sure that you consume coffee with your meal 1 or meal 2. I'll tell you the secret why. See, the longer your body goes without food, the longer your body will be able to burn fat because insulin is not released by your body. The moment insulin comes into your system, your body stops fat burn. Your body is only focused on burning carbohydrates. Now, let's say you decide to eat lunch at 1 o'clock, but you want to eat breakfast. Sorry, you want to drink tea at 10 o'clock in the morning. So till 10, your body will be on fat burn, right? Because you've eaten your dinner. And suddenly at 10 o'clock, if you drink tea, then what will happen? Once again, insulin will come to push that milk and that sugar into the system. And in intermittent fasting, which I don't recommend, people say you can drink black tea, but I would say don't drink black tea when you're intermittent fasting because, first of all, that black tea is extremely not good for the black tea or black coffee is not good for your stomach. Maybe you can. That's why if you want to drink it, you drink it with the meal because there's already something in your stomach. Then your body can access can what can I say? Process that tea or coffee better, but don't drink it when you're fasting or when you're not eating. Understood? Next question, what is it? I was on black coffee during IF and I had high BP and nosebleed. Yeah, that is because black coffee has a lot of caffeine, so that's the problem. Don't try those things. You need to slowly work your way. Try this, Rachit, try the strategy and see how it feels.
Definitely.
Instead of black coffee, you're supposed to be drinking lemon and honey. Lemon and honey, if you get pure honey, it metabolizes, it does the work of a fat burner. Warm water, lemon and honey does the work of a fat burner. Okay.
It's phenomenal.
So,
Actually, the way you've explained it, I've been spending a lot of money on, different fat burners, Gansenia, Cambodia, I don't know whatnot. But, this is very simple. Very, very nice.
I couldn't hear you. Hold on. Let me stop the. Okay, you guys are clear with this chart or this category C? Okay. Yes, Rachit, what were you saying?
I was saying that I've been spending a
Your
busy
volume is
morning.
very low, buddy. I can't hear you. Can you hear him?
Is it better?
No. Can you type in your this thing? Ashish sir, did you miss something? Well, I couldn't see you because I shared the screen. Yeah, you don't need to spend on fat burners, Rachit. They're extremely harmful to the body. Don't try that. I've done all of those things. I've been on caffeine. If you go on caffeine, I've experimented with each and every known supplement combinations. And so I will tell you one thing, okay, guys. The most efficient natural fat burner is warm water, lemon, and pure honey, just 1 tablespoon of it. If you are able to take this and then do your walking or your jogging or your cycling or even your workout, it just metabolizes that stored fat for energy. All right, you don't need your caffeine, you don't need your fat burner, you don't need any of those things. All of those things are extremely harmful for your, even for your nervous system. Forget your digestive system. These are all nervous stimulants. They just blast your senses. And then after some time, it just dumps you. You get that energy dip. But instead, the most natural fat burner is warm water, pure honey, and lemon. And if you want to add a little bit more energy into it, a teaspoon of dry ginger. Just take this before you go for a walk. All right. Now, let's say you're going for long periods of time without eating food, right? Now, you get that gastric trouble, or your stomach starts hurting, or you start feeling really hungry. What is the cheat code? Just drink lemon in warm water. It just neutralizes your stomach acids. All right. So don't look at any other supplements which involves caffeine or anything which says it's a fat burner. Extremely harmful to the body. All right. Any other questions? Okay. So tomorrow, what are we going to cover tomorrow, guys? Yes, Ashish. How about whey protein? Okay, see, if you follow the diet which I just taught you, where you're eating an ample amount of nuts and seeds and fruits, working your way through cereals and dal and cooked sabzis, and then little bit of dairy, if you follow these things, you will not need whey protein. You understood? See, for your body to process whey protein, there's something called as a protein bandwidth, protein synthesis bandwidth. Until and unless your bandwidth is really, really high, your body won't be able to process that protein. All of the protein which you eat, spending thousands of rupees on it, will just go down the drain, go down your toilet. All right. So whey protein will come into picture if you are aiming for performance and then your bandwidth, your protein synthesis bandwidth is really, really high. All right. For your situation, for general weight loss journey, you do not need whey protein. You do not need fat burn supplements. You do not need BCAA. All right. Remember that Charaka Samhita, that Ayurvedic textbook which I spoke about yesterday? Remember what they said, the last page about weight gain and weight loss? If you want to make a man gain weight, give him more food. If you want a man to lose weight, give him less food. End of story. In that entire book, That's all Ayurveda has to say. So don't complicate yourself, your body with whey protein and everything. You don't need them. How to stop craving for junk, Coke, pizza, and burger. In the second lockdown, I just couldn't stop it. All right. Guys, if you reach a stage where you're able to eat these 2 meals, you need to cross one stage which is called as hunger. All right. Now, let's say you somehow managed for a week where you're not eating breakfast and then you're eating your first meal maybe at around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, right? Now, let's say you're hungry and food comes in front of you. You're hungry. You've been hungry for the past 15, 16 hours. What will you do? Food comes in front of you. When you're really, really hungry, what will you do? Yes, you'll just pounce on the food and just gobble it up, right? That's exactly not what you're supposed to do. Load that food, right? No. When you're hungry as hell, food comes in front of your plate. Your next urge is to attack that food. Stop there. Just look at that food for a minute. You see that distance, right? You need to maintain that little bit of distance between food and your hunger. You see your stomach is hungry as hell. There is food in front of you. You can eat it, but you will not eat it. You'll just wait for 1 minute or 2 minutes and then you will eat it. Ashish, if you do this strategy for 1 week, you'll master your cravings. Craving is what? Craving is a compulsive behavior of wanting a specific kind of food. It could be sweet, it could be spicy, it could be tangy, or it could be a mixture of everything. That is called as a craving. Now, the craving does not come from your physical body. It comes from because of your mind and your emotions. Now, when you're really, really hungry, hunger is the most powerful impulse for a man to do anything. That's the impulse for survival, right? Now, if you can create a little bit of distance between that, when the food comes in front of you and you're really, really hungry and you can just hold on for 2 minutes without eating the food, and then if you eat it, you have mastered the most basic survival, drive in your body. And when you can do that, cravings will take care of itself naturally. It will go to such an extent that even if pizza comes in front of you, if you want to eat it, you will eat it. If you don't want to, you will not. But you'll not be like, oh my God, I can't control myself. I ate it. That behavior will go by just doing this 2-minute practice. When the food comes in front of you, wait and then eat. Have I answered your question, Ashish?
Yeah, can I just talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got in half of it. I think what you're saying is absolutely right. But in this lockdown, what's happening is I just go to the refrigerator, after 1 hour, 2 hours, just check out, just pop a can of Coke, just see what's lying there, chocolate. So there's craving and I go there and I eat. So food comes that I gulp on it. That's right. I'll just see it. What about when I go? I cannot resist myself. It's happened for the last month or so. I was never like this.
Yes, that is what I'm saying, no? So an empty mind is a devil's workshop.
Yeah.
Right? So an idle mind also. So I'm telling you, you start religiously following these 2 meals for a period of time, and then you just give the distance between your food and you, that time gap between when you just take the food and just put it inside you. Stop there for a minute. Okay. You need real will and determination to do that. You can apply it from tonight. Every time you feel like drinking Coke, just go to the refrigerator, get that Coke, and then instead of just putting it in your mouth, just look at it for some time. Chill with it for 2-3 minutes. Okay. And then you take a sip. There's a good chance that after some time you'll not feel like drinking it. Try this and see. See, these are
definitely.
tools. Okay. These are all tools which I'm giving you. The first tool is 2 meals. Okay. Second tools is category A, category B, and category C of categorization of food. All right. The third tool is that distance. The most important of these tools is to create a distance between you, hunger, and food. Be conscious there for 2 minutes. You see how the magic will unfold. You will definitely get over your cravings. Try this for tonight, tomorrow, till Friday. We'll see what happens. All
Thank
right?
you so much.
All right. So we'll end the session now. I will see you guys at 7 o'clock and we'll work out together. All right? Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.